You ever notice how the first thing we do after heartbreak is we change our hair? We cut it, we color it red, we shave it, maybe we even go blonde. And people say, like, oh, it's just a phase. But what if it's actually a sacred spell? What if the makeover isn't vanity after all? Like, what if it's your soul screaming, I'm not who I was before the pain? Welcome to the Siren Hour. I'm Zokai, your priestess and badass coach, sacred stylist of the soul, and founder of the Badass Sanctum. And I guide women, especially those who've been cracked open by heartbreak, through the power of beauty as a spiritual technology. And so tonight's topic is obviously close to my heart because I've lived it. Then, that mirror moment where the only thing you can do is become somebody new. Okay, so let's get into it if we're going to get into it. Get your notes because I have mine and we're going to get started. So, the first thing is the trigger. And the trigger moment is when that rupture happens. So, you go through that breakup, the betrayal happens. That moment when you realize you are no longer wanted by who you thought would always choose you. Isn't that a heavy feeling? Thinking about that, like, man, this is somebody who I thought was always going to choose me. And if you were married, they vowed to choose you every day. But now they no longer want you. They no longer want the relationship. They no longer desire what's required to have you and to be with you. And so you break up and then you feel betrayal. That's like a rupture happening inside of you. It's like you can't explain it. All you know is I got to do something and I got to do something drastic, right? You're like, what can I do? I don't want to feel like this. And something needs to happen like yesterday because you're not just sad, like you're dissolving is what it feels like. And this isn't, fixing your appearance. This is mourning your old identity. Even though you may not have the words to articulate that at the time, but that's what's really happening. You're going through a mourning phase. And then the second thing is the mirror happens, right? And that's when you make that decision to change. You look in the mirror and you like, okay, I'm finna do it because I don't even know who this person is no more. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the salon and I'm gonna tell my stylist, like, F it, cut it all off. Right? We remember that scene in Waiting to Exhale when Bernie did that. And she had all that long hair and she was going off and she done set everything on fire in the driveway. And she gets to Bernadette. Wait, what was the hairstylist friend name? Um okay, I don't know, I don't remember right now. But and she was trying to talk her out of it, like, girl, are you sure you've been growing this hair for such a time? And boom, 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 boom. And she was like, no, cut this shit off, right? So the hair, the makeup, the clothes, like it all becomes a line in the sand for you when you're at that moment, when you're looking in the mirror. Beauty becomes your first act of reclaiming agency. And that's what we witnessed in that scene. So now we get to the haircut, and that is like a symbolic severing. Cutting your hair isn't about style. When you go deep inside, it's really spiritual. Hey, Lana, welcome. So remember, the friend was like telling her, like, oh my God, you want to cut this hair? We've been growing this hair for so long, and da 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 da, like trying to talk her out of it. And she's like, no, cut it. And it was good because when you cut hair, especially after going through a heartbreak, that's starting your spell of separation. You want to get rid of it. Hey, Enlightened Dominatrix, great day. It's definitely spiritual. Hair holds memory. Hair holds that energetic frequency from all the things that's happened, whether good, bad, indifferent. It's all held in your hair. Okay, it's going out for you. Oh man, I don't know what to do. Hopefully, it'll just resolve itself, or the what do you call it? The transcript will get it right for us. I hope, if it doesn't straighten itself out. Okay, so also when you cut your hair, yes, an antenna for sure. When you cut your hair, it's a ritual that says, I release who I was when I loved them. So it's almost therapeutic, spiritual, and in a way, very necessary. If you get that urge, everybody doesn't get that urge, but if you get that urge, that is your oversoul, your higher self saying, like, yeah, let's get rid of this, get rid of him or them, her, whatever it is, right? Cutting it equals cord cutting. It's like a self reclamation. So remember that the next time you go through a heartbreak and you feel like I got to do something fast and drastic, cut that hair off and watch how good you feel. I used to think it was a sign of depression to cut hair. For some people, it could be. And the depression, though, could be just one of the symptoms and phases that they're going through, right? And so they cut the hair. But for most of us, if you get that urge to cut it, that's some spiritual signaling going on that something needs to be released and something needs to go. When I went through one of my initiations, I had to shave my hair. I had to shave it all off. And everybody was like, oh my God, how are you going to feel about that? Da, 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 da. And I was like, I felt so good. I felt so light. I felt so free. At first, I thought I was going to struggle with it a little bit, but I didn't. And I was so glad that hair was gone. It was like all of the years of hurt and pain and, just whatever I had gone through up until that moment was released and I was free of it. So that was a great moment for me. And Enlightened Domination said, I love when I cut my hair off. Yeah. And it's just something about, for me personally, when I have shorter hair, I just feel more like myself. I'm going to put a picture up in the, whatchamacallit, of me with some short hair. What do you call it? The community tab. I don't know what nothing is called on YouTube, y'all. Y'all got to forgive me until I figure it out. All right, so let's talk about the style shift, and that's your identity recasting. So when you get to this point, you got your hair cut. Now you want a new wardrobe, right? You want your new wardrobe. You want new makeup. I remember I went to Mac after that first divorce, and y'all, I lost my mind up in that store. I'm talking about I was buying up everything, and I already had a lot of stuff because I was a makeup artist, so I already had things. But it was like, no, I didn't want any of that. I wanted all new. So I got me some new red lipsticks. Um, this was after I kind of snapped out of it when I was in the basement and I finally snapped out of it. I got new lipstick. I got new lingerie. And sometimes, you want to get some lingerie. You don't even want to show anybody yet. You just want to get it and put it on and just know that you're becoming something new, something different. It's giving you a new feel, especially if that's something that you wasn't doing before. This is what you call mirror magic in motion. You're not dressing for them anymore. You're really dressing to remember you still desire you. And that's where most of us kind of failed when we were in those relationships. We forgot about us. We no longer desired us. And so it was almost crazy for us to think that somebody else would desire us if we wasn't even desiring ourselves, right? And so this is your feminine frequency reset. We always talk about, frequency is one of those buzzwords like vibrations and energy, all that. But for us, this is your feminine frequency reset. You get you a new wardrobe. You get you some new makeup if you wear makeup. And you get you some lingerie. If you don't wear lingerie, get into it. Get into it. I promise you, you're going to feel totally different about yourself. You're going to get that confidence back. And it's going to be real quiet because nobody even knows that it's happening. But you know. And that La Perla knows. Okay. So the next phase is the embodiment. So we're becoming her at this stage. We have, had the rupture happen. That heartbreak we thought it was going to take us out. Then we got to this point where we was like, no, I can't do this. I need to do something, change something very quickly. We do the symbolic severing of that haircut. We get rid of all that. We have our style shift. We resetting our frequency. We get all that right. And then now we get into the embodiment and we are becoming her. So at first it's external because everything I do, my whole philosophy is around the outside in. So it starts off external, but then the walk changes, the voice softens, the eyes glow differently. And all of these things start to happen on the inside of you that you weren't even thinking about. You weren't even planning for. So you've moved from reaction to now rebirth. And then you're becoming the siren version of yourself. And that heartbreak, it becomes the backdrop for you to return to your power, because that's the whole goal with all of this, is to always get back to your power. And if you didn't have any, you're going to find some. You're going to create a new power code for yourself. So Lana says, yes, reminders are coming through. I love it. We have to give ourselves what we desire. Yes, it's very important. It's important for our nervous system. It's important to ignite those pleasure principles inside of us. We need that. Yes, get a soft robe or something. Yes. So let me tell y'all how therapeutic it is to have soft clothes on your skin, like soft materials, the silks and the cashmeres and furs. I don't know. I do know. I'm not going to get into it tonight because I do know. But all of those things send triggers to our psyche. It sends triggers to our brain that help us feel safe. I'm not going to go super scientific on y'all, but that's the, the easy version, the easy quick version of it. It just makes sense. You feel good. Yes, it makes sense, right? And so for those of you who are feeling this, if you're in this space, between heartbreak and rebirth, I have something sacred coming soon. It's called the Siren Signature Session, a private VIP experience for the woman who's really ready to be seen and styled and spiritually re-anointed. And I'm only opening 3 spots per season. The next curated window is opening soon, and I'll let you guys know about that when it happens. But in the meantime, I want you to start preparing for that session. And join me inside of the complimentary Beauty and Brujeria experience. It's complimentary, so there's no charge. It's potent, and it's your soft re-entry into the version of you that beauty never forgot. Okay, I hope to see you all tomorrow here for another Siren Hour.